We start with a very special report tonight from our Diane Sawyer. 8 months in the making, which took her to 4 prisons on a quest to understand what life is really like for women behind bars. Like the former Little League mom who became a heroin addict, and one prisoner about to taste freedom. Their story shining a light on the central issues of crime and punishment in our country. Here's ABC's Diane Sawyer for our series, Hidden America.
It's the biggest night of the year at the Maryland Correctional Institution for Women. The prison version of Dancing with the Stars, just like in the TV show.
Then we doing them right.
Contestants practice for weeks.
I practice like every day, even in my cell, at work.
The heels and makeup will be returned when the night is over, but for a brief moment, inmates, some of whom are facing decades in prison, become rock stars and adoring fans. It's a unique reward for good behavior, but make no mistake, when the contest is over, these women go back to their cells. Tonight, across America, there is a nation of women living behind bars. 200,000, far more than any other country on the planet.
Whole world shattered.
We're all in here for stealing, killing, something.
When I first came here, I was suicidal.
So who are the women here in this vast continent of prison? 63% are in for nonviolent crimes like drugs and theft. Black women are still incarcerated at a higher rate than white women, 2 to 1. But the rate is closing because of the new population here. White women, many driven here by prescription drugs. They are young and old, and women like Nicole Kester, who says, don't be sure, her story couldn't happen to anyone.
Tell me your life before all this. Tell me.
The real life, that's when I had a real life. Before the drugs, I mean, before the accident, I had a great life. I mean, I had a wonderful family. I was very active in my kids' life.
A loving husband, 3 kids, a good job. As the manager of a car company, she was a Little League mom. One day, a painful car accident, an OxyContin prescription. And when those pills got too expensive, she turned to something cheaper, heroin.
And it just happened.
What do you mean just happened?
It was for pain, and then I realized it made everything so easy. Like every day, you're not doing it anymore. You're done, you're done, you're done. Until you're the next morning and you start feeling sick.
She stole checks to pay for drugs. Nicole Kester now has a sentence of 13.5 years. Her husband comes to see her. She's only seen one of her children, her eldest son.
He's the only one that talks to me. But I mean, I ruined their lives. I'm no different than any other woman here. None of them. You know, we're all in here.
Here, not only in large numbers, but with long sentences. In the last 7 years, a 14% increase in the women given life. They're called toe taggers.
36 years growing up in here.
Do you still remember the day you walked in?
While I'm doing a life sentence, it finally hit me that I was here for the rest of my life.
Long sentences, long-lived regret, and often long lines. Literally, in a prison system where nearly 3/4 of inmates have some kind of mental illness. A staggering number of women line up for pills multiple times a day, like at this prison in Tennessee.
That's what happens when mental health breaks down. You have bed lines this long.
Others in the system agree the broad spectrum of mental illness is overwhelming, housing an estimated 10 times the number of mentally ill as America's hospitals.
I got classified, which is I was a danger to the institution.
Salila Stokes, who is in Maryland, she punched an inmate.
I ended up busting her head open, coming out of my cuffs.
She's been diagnosed depressive bipolar, says she grew up in poverty and joined a gang because she wanted to have the fancy things other kids did. She was convicted of 3 attempted murders, and in a moment of rage aimed a gun at a girl who survived.
How close were you?
A couple feet.
When you pulled the trigger, what were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking.
Did you think you'd killed her?
I don't know. I don't know. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience where you see yourself, but you're not actually there? You don't hear anything, you don't smell anything. it's just like tunnel vision. That's how it was.
The question, what should a life like hers be while she's here? Something you should know, as a little girl, she was so bright she was singled out for scholarship money, saying to a reporter she was excited at a better chance of college.
What would you have been? What would you have studied?
Oh, man, anesthesiology.
Why that?
I just think I like meticulous things. So that would be something that would challenge my mind.
Her room is full of books. She's on medicine and therapy now and asks for a chance to show she's different.
And I'm going to prove myself, prove that I can be, that I've changed.
If she serves her full sentence, Celila Stokes will be 69 years old when she gets out.
You always crying.
Older than her mentor, fellow inmate Betty Brown, who is 53, finally leaving prison today after 29 years.
Let me tell you something. The same way that I made it, you're gonna make it.
Am I scared? Am I afraid? Absolutely.
Because I've been locked up such a long time. But I'm gonna be all right.
America has an unprecedented number of older women serving long sentences in prison. Betty's blood pressure is high. She's on seizure medications.
Betty, you'll be fine.
Her crime 29 years ago was second-degree murder. Betty Brown is taking with her $50, 5 boxes of books, and a thank you for the warden.
Miss Chippendale.
Mr. Kumakamase, it was nice knowing you.
Thank you very much.
Just a few more steps. I gotta make it. I made it this far.
Oh, real air. Real air.
The moment of freedom they dream of, perhaps still far away for Nicole Kester, whose husband visits once a week.
There she is. What's up, baby?
Better or worse, remember?
Yeah.
And Celila, her grandmother, and her mom are coming.
On my way.
That's my boo. That's my baby. She's been there for me.
How are you feeling, Mommy?
I feel good today. She loves me. I know that.
Yes.
And I love her too.
Her grandmother, 93 years old, and she's had 2 strokes.
I'll bet you.
What's up, Mama?
Give me sugar. Yes, you my baby. Don't cry. Hold your tears.
Doing okay?
Yes, Mom.
That's good. Okay.
Celila Stokes knows with her full sentence, it will be 43 years before she leaves.
Love you.
Everybody I love will be gone. That's it. Bullets pierce. Handcuffs are tight. Cells are lonely.
I'm Diane Sawyer for Nightline.